Hey, this is Duane and Gerrick, and today this is our very first episode of teaching kids trading. But really, more importantly, we don't just teach kids trading, we really teach kids about life. Enfurio has a powerful risk management strategy called the power of one. And what the power of one is
The power of Jesus.
the power of God. And we've noticed that the sine wave always behaves in certain ways. And sometimes you don't notice, what direction it's going to go first. But if you know how to manage your risk correctly, you can really win. So we have a saying, and it's called master the ride, and you will master the
tide.
You will master the tide. Master the ride, and you will master the tide. And what that really means is that life is unpredictable. It's that way. Life is just that way. But if you understand how to manage your risk and make the right decision in every circumstance, how you can really master the tide of life. So we're really teaching kids an important principle. We're taking the greed factor out of kids and the greed factor out of humans, and teach them that you have to be content with what the market provides. You have to be content with what God provides. You can't try to force anything. And these are the principles that we really teach. And I think you guys are going to be really surprised how well that your child, your son or daughter, really excels with joining along with us. And I look forward to really helping you, be a big part in teaching your kids those correct principles. And one thing I know is how to teach about money. But not only how to teach about money, I'm able to teach God through money. And it's really been a God-given gift that I've been extremely, extremely blessed with. And what I found is just in life, the power of one prevails, but so too in the markets does the power of one prevail. And so what I did with Gerrick, go ahead and turn your camera on. What I did with Gerrick is we started him out with $100 in a Cash App account. Okay. Cash App, guys, you can trade stocks on Cash App. Easy to do. Now, if you're in another country, you're not in the US, I know I have a lot of people that follow me in different countries. You can look up stop spinning around. You can look up an application that'll allow you to trade stocks within your country right from your bank account. So I sent him up $100 in Cash App. And each week, Mama gives him a list of chores to do. And if he does those chores, he gets another $10 added to his Cash App to be able to trade and compound his money with. So we're going to teach kids how to take and really compound their money. We're going to teach them just several valuable skills, not just in trading and in the markets, but these are really skills that they need in life. So let's get started. Are you ready to trade? Are you ready? Give me a high five. Are you ready to trade? Let's go trade. And I'm going to share Gerrick's screen. We're gonna share this, and we're going to look at Cash App and exactly how we can buy stocks. So let me go ahead and start the broadcast. So you see this screen, you click the money, not the wallet button. And then you're going to see invest in stocks right here. You can also invest in Bitcoin. And guys, there'll be some times that we may buy a little bit of Bitcoin too. That's pretty exciting, right? Now's not the time to buy Bitcoin though, right yet. But let's go to invest in stocks. And we're going to go to buy stocks. Now, Gerrick and I were talking. I said, Gerrick, what kind of companies do you like? What do you like to do? You know what he told me? Tell him what you like to play.
Play.
What do you like to play on your tablet? Roblox. Did you kids know and realize that you can make money from all the other kids that are playing Roblox? That'd be pretty cool, right? I know, but you can make money from everybody playing off of Roblox. You know why? Because you can trade their stock. So if I go right here, I'm going to type in RO, see if we can find it. Oh, it pops up. ROBLOX, Roblox, right here. RBLX. That's the third option. And we're going to take a look at the chart. But when you take a look at the chart, you always want to go and take a look at the all chart. The all chart is the all chart is all of its lifetime performance. So if we go back here to the beginning, we'll see that Roblox, they just came out in 2021. They just come out not too long ago. Their stock is brand new on the market. I will tell you, when a stock comes out brand new on the market, typically there will be a point in its lifespan where it'll fall to 4 times less than what it opens at. And if we look, Roblox opened up at around 45 bucks, and today it's at about $40 today. Let's look at see how good of a buy it is. So we do have to be cautious because Roblox opened at 45 and it could potentially go down to around $10. That could happen. So we've got to be a little cautious since it's a newer stock, but we're going to look at the charts. If we look at the all chart, okay, so you will notice that it still needs to come back up here and hit this spike. You see how it hasn't hit that spike right here, Gerrick? It needs to come up and hit that spike eventually, probably, an equal spike. So that upside potential is there. That's about $70 and it's at $40. That's about $30 more than where it is currently. But let's go ahead and look at a 1-year chart. We're going to look to see where this could come down to. See all these peaks? There's a valley that comes back and hits them. See how this one right here, this valley come back and hit the top of that? Do you see that? They all do that. So if we look, there's a peak right down here. See that little peak? Oh, see this little peak right down here? Right there? You see it? It hasn't came back to it yet, has it? So that's around $29. It's at about $40.70 right now. And it could potentially come back down there to 29. And if for some reason some bad news come out about Roblox, it could even dip much, much lower. That's probably not going to happen. But we gotta realize when using risk management, we have to look at what not only what could go right, but we have to look at what could go wrong. So if we were to buy Roblox, it looks like it's got some good potential to go up. It's a newer stock. Now, once it comes up, I can tell you these newer stocks, once they come up and they clear their all-time high, a lot of times they go on to make some really, really good, all-time highs. They earn a lot of money once they come back up. That does happen a lot of times. So let's go ahead. You want to go ahead and buy some Roblox? Let's go ahead and let's look at the month chart. We see that it's came back on the year chart and hit this peak. It's probably more than likely going to go down a little bit. And we have to realize that because the actions that we do, they impact everything around us. And that means that when we put our order in the market, it's going to affect the entire market. Even though it's a little order, it still affects the entire market. It's all part of the ebb and flow. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. It's probably going to go down a little bit, but that's fine. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to buy a little bit right now, just in case it goes up, because it does have a good shot of going up as well. So what you're going to do is hit the buy button. Okay. we are going to buy, you have $100.
So $10.
We're going to buy, nope, we're going to buy 9%. What's 9% of 100? It's $9. Okay. So we're going to buy 9% worth, which is $9. So go ahead and hit this, the three dots and hit 9 and hit next. And we bought $9 worth of Roblox. Okay. $9 worth of Roblox. We had to put in our PIN code, and you have to choose a PIN code, then you have to put in your PIN code, and we're going to hit schedule. And what this will do is it'll schedule it to buy tomorrow morning, because the stock market is open from 8:30 in the morning to 3 p.m. Central Time. 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time. And those are the times you're doing what? You're in school, right? So we can schedule this to buy tomorrow morning. So go ahead and hit schedule. Hit done. And boom, we just made our first trade. All right, next one. Sit down. That's fine. So let's go on to the next one, Gerrick. We've got $9 of Roblox. So we've got $91 left. And what we need to look and see is let's look at some other stocks. What are some other things that you use?
Burger King.
Burger King? I thought you told me Nike.
No.
Right?
Oh, Burger King.
You want to look up Burger King? Look up Burger King. Burger King stock, I think, is under the. Hey Siri, what is Burger King's stock ticker symbol?
I found this on the web.
Restaurant Brands International, RBI. The stock ticker symbol is QSR. QSR. We may not have this one on here. QSR. Oh, there it is. Restaurant Brands International. So that's Burger King. Okay. And some other restaurants as well. That means, did you know that every time somebody eats a Whopper at Burger King, you can make money? You can make money by owning their what? Their stock, right? So let's go ahead and let's look at the all chart for Burger King, for Restaurant Brands International, actually, that owns Burger King. And if you look, this is a really good chart. Okay. See how it went up and then it came all the way down. It spiked all the way down and came back and hit this peak over here, come all the way back, and now it's on its way back up. And it went up rather quickly. This looks really good. When you see this action where it comes down and then back up, that's usually a good sign that there's going to be some good upside to come. This actually looks like a pretty good stock. It looks like it could go on and set some new all-time highs, actually. And it's at about $69 right now. It's at about $69.51. And its all-time high is around 675. But if you look, see this peak right here and this peak? A lot of times you'll go to where the third peak up would be. I wish I could draw it on here for you. But since we're already past this previous peak, we got to look back over here. And you see this peak? And you see this peak, right?
This is going up a little and that, it's going down.
Yeah, yeah. Since we're already breaking out here, it means that we could go to where the third peak would be. See right here and right here. Let's look and see what that price is. That price is 75.43.
That is
63.81. So that is about you want to put it in the calculator and see what that says? Let's put it in the calculator and let's see what that says. You're going to punch these numbers in. Okay? Punch them in the calculator. Here.
118.
Here, punch them in. Hold my phone. You're going to punch in. It actually went up higher. It's 78.43. So 78.43. You can punch in 78.43 minus, what's this one over here? 64.63 minus 64.63. What's that equal? That's $13.80, right? So we're going to go back up here to the top, 13.80, and plus, yep, you got it, plus 78.43. 78.43 plus 78.43. And what's that equal?
92.
92.23? Is that what it is? What's it equal? 92.
92.23.
92.23. So if we look, this is about $69 right now, and it has a pretty decent shot of going to where? Around $92. Now we probably won't take it up that high, because what we do is we learn to be content with all we ever need. You know, if you get too greedy in life, a lot of times it'll come back and it'll bite you. So you don't want to get too greedy, and you know, we'll probably, you know, get out before then. But the point is that this has some pretty good upside. Now, if it came down, where could we see this coming down to? It could come back down
right here.
Well, it's already cleared all these corrections. See down here, it came back and hit it over here. If we go back to the 1 year chart, we can see it come back down here to $55. We could see it come back in here to 55. So that would probably be where our next buy would be. Okay, is around 55. It's at 69.51 right now. So let's go ahead, and you want to buy some Restaurant Brands International?
Yeah, you can't let them see it.
Well, we're going to hit the buy button. Hit the buy button. Okay.
$9.
And you're going to buy $9, same amount.
Just press 9.
Yep. I hit next. Now, go ahead and hit schedule.
And then done.
Okay. And then done. I'm surprised I didn't ask for your PIN. Let's see. Let me make sure it added it to our list. Oh, now, yeah, I took it off our balance, so we're good. Okay. So let's go back over here to
Buy stock.
it was QSR, what is it called? It was what it was called. And we put in a buy. Okay, where it is right now at 69.51. That's where we put in our buy 69.53, I think, actually. Okay, so we put in our buy, and oh, by the way, what do we do? We just made a trade.
You should too.
He's been dying to do that. So every time we make a trade, we shoot the "I just made a trade" guns over here. So come here. We're going to go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to also set an order to buy some more if it goes down here. Okay, if it goes down here to, what is that number? 55.48. Okay, because it hasn't came back and hit this peak down here. If it goes to 55.48, We're going to buy more. We don't have to use the calculator right now. So hit the buy button. I'm going to show you how we're going to set what first of all, what would we call that? You remember? What was that level? That was called 55.48. Okay, hit the buy button.
Buy.
Okay. Three dots. And hit $9. Nope. Now, see where it says change order type? Hit change order type. Okay? And put to custom purchase order. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, if it gets down here to 55.48, right? We're going to say 55.50. Okay, 55.50. If it falls down there, what are we going to do?
Subtract.
We're going to buy more. We're going to buy more, right? We're going to take and manage our risk. We're going to manage our risk, and we're going to buy more if it comes down there. So go ahead and hit set. Hit set. Okay.
3 dots.
Oh, yeah. Hit the 9.
Next.
Yep, next. And expiration. Let's leave this on for
90 days.
We'll just put it for 90 days for right now. Next.
And then it says schedule.
Heads up, custom orders for stocks are not a price guarantee. Let's see, it's placed and executed available market, which may be higher or lower than the price you set. So it could be a little higher or a little lower. Okay. So what we did was we went ahead and we set a buy order to buy Restaurant Brands International, who owns what company do they own?
Burger King.
Burger King. We set it to buy another $9. We went ahead and we bought $9 now, but we set it to buy another $9 worth if it goes to 55.50, right? Okay. We're going to check on these each week. Okay. Every week, our next episode next week, we're going to be checking on the trades that we made this week, guys. So,
So 55.50.
Oh, hit the confirm button. And you got it confirmed. So if it goes down there, we're going to buy more. Your custom purchase order has been set. Hit done. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we need to go back to Roblox. We didn't set a buy on, we didn't set an order for Roblox if it fell. Okay. We didn't even look to where we were going to set our sell order once it's bought. Now we can't set our sell order until after we buy it. So it's going to buy tomorrow morning when the market opens.
So we go to buy?
It'll buy it tomorrow morning, first thing when the market opens. So we can't set where we want to sell it until after that. So next week we can set where we want to sell it. Although I wouldn't set where you want to sell. I like to just, when it gets to my level, I like to go in there and sell. I don't like to telegraph anything or tell people where I'm going to sell at. But let's go ahead and let's go to all. Let's look and see where Roblox could go down to. Okay. If we look, we're somewhere where it hasn't came back to yet.
But then.
Do you see it? Where? Right. Yeah, there's a little down here, but I would say right down.
Right there?
Right there. See that little 29.98? That's a pretty good place, right? 29.98.
Wait, what was it?
So that was, we don't have to add or subtract anything. We're looking at 29.98, right? 29.98. So what we're going to do is around $30. That's about $30, right? Go to buy. Okay. And it's at, just so you know, it's at $40.70 now. But go ahead and go to buy. And hit the 3 dots. Oh, no, change order type. Hit change order type.
And then
custom purchase order. And drag it down to $30. Down to 30. Okay. going.
Oh,
Right there. Right there.
Oh, no.
You just hit the down button once.
Oh.
Okay. So hit set. And
3 dots.
the 3 dots. And what are we gonna, what's 9% of, we start out with 100, we're gonna put another $9 there, right? Hit next. Do it for 90 days, hit next. Scroll to continue. And hit confirm. And
It's gonna say done.
It says done. If it hits 30 bucks, it's gonna buy us some more. So far we've got, and the stocks are gonna show up. They're gonna show up here at the top tomorrow morning. So when you come home from school, you don't see them right now, but you'll see them in the morning. You'll see them in the morning or tomorrow. Maybe not in the morning, but you'll see them when you come home from school tomorrow. Okay? And you can see what they're worth. So what we're looking, guys, by the way, we're looking to make, since you know you're in school, we're looking to make 10%. Now I have a group where we look to make 1% or more, but we're looking at the market every day. But since you're in school and you're following us weekly, we're looking for a 10%. 10% gain is what we're looking for. So Gerrick, come over here. What is something else? What is another brand that you like? What's another brand? Let me ask you this. What kind of car do we drive?
F-150.
An F-150, right? You got to come over here in the camera. An F-150. So we drive a Ford, right? Let's look at Ford stock. Ford Motor Company. Their stock symbol is just an F. They've been around longer than anybody. So they get the single letter F, Ford Motor Company. You guys learn in school about Ford. Henry Ford, who started the Ford Motor Company, you know what he did? He invented the assembly line. And it's used by every industry out there today. Did you know that? He invented the assembly line and he invented the car. Pretty impressive. Ford, one of the oldest companies in the game. Let's go to all and let's look at Ford. And their stock, I'll be honest with you, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. You see this overall? Look, Gerrick, see how it's came back and it's hit these peaks over here? Ford stock looks pretty good. It could really go up in the future. Maybe not in the immediate future, but it looks pretty good. But if we also look and we see this little peak down here, look, see this little peak right here? It hasn't made it back down there yet. And that's at $5.87. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
It's at $12.68 right now. It could potentially come down to, there to around $5.87. It could potentially come down there to around $5 and change. That is a possibility. So, we're looking where it can go if it goes up, and we're looking where it can go if it goes down. If it goes up, it could go up a lot more. It could go up. See this peak right here where it's $24. Okay. And this peak over here is about 14. It's a difference of about 10. This could go up to $34 in the future. That's about 3 times higher than where it is now almost. So it does have that potential. But let's go ahead and let's reduce this time frame down. Let's look at the year chart. Ooh, look at the year chart. That's really pretty. Okay. Do you see how you get these descending peaks down and they're all almost perfectly distanced?
Like right there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can see that mountain.
Yeah. And see how it's kind of going down? Usually what happens is when you see those descending peaks like that, when it gets to the bottom, it shoots up a lot of times. And it's almost right there at the bottom right now, isn't it? Let's look.
Daddy.
It's almost at the bottom. That's fine. It's almost at the bottom right now. It's at 11. It's at $11.81. This is actually a pretty good buy. But we know. Let's look at the month chart. The month chart doesn't really give us much. I guess it could come all the way down here. And the week chart doesn't give us much. Neither does the day chart.
But the year chart.
But the all chart tells us it could come down potentially to around
8.80.
8.89 and also down here to 587. But this is the next buy point right here. See how it's the next one down that it needs to come to if it comes down, if it does fall down. So around $9.08, around $9. Okay, around $9 is the next buy point. So why don't we go ahead and buy some Ford now? But if it falls to around $9, we'll buy some more. Go ahead and hit the buy button.
Then the 3 dots.
The 3 dot. Oh, nope. We got to go buy $9.
And then change order.
Nope. Go to next. Not for this one. This we're buying right now when the market opens tomorrow. Schedule.
And then says done.
Done. Okay. So guess what? What did we do?
We
just made a trade. All right. Now let's go ahead and let's put that other order in just in case it falls. We're going to buy more. Okay.
So buy.
So what we're going to do, and where was that other? The other we determined it was down here at
8.
Around 5:30. It was down here around $6. We're going to call it 6. No, it was $9 because we said it would go probably right here first and it could hold there. So this $6 would be the next buy point down. We're looking at the $9 mark right now as our next buy point. So go ahead and go to
buy. And then change order type.
Yep.
And then custom purchase order.
Yep.
And then
we're going to take it down to, what did we say? 9. 9. We're going to take it down to $9.
Wait, I have to, wait,
hit the down. Okay.
I'm hitting the down because
right there. Keep going.
Right there.
Let's set it just a little bit up. I never like usually ending on an even number. That's what everybody does. So if we go 902, that'll be perfect. Go ahead and hit set.
3 dots.
And hit the
3 dots.
3 dots.
$9.
And
then next.
Next.
Then 90 days.
Yep. And hit next.
And then we can go ahead and go down.
Go confirm. And we've got 3 stocks. So we need to get 2 more. We're gonna have 5 stocks. Okay. We're putting in a little less than half of our balance. So we're putting in $45 into the market. 9 times 5 is how much?
45.
45. Yep. But it's going to look like we put more in because it's holding that other money for buy orders if the stocks come down. So go ahead and hit done.
Done.
Okay. And next we are going to look for anything else that you can think of. I'll show you what I like to do. I'm going to show you what I like to do. You want me to show you what's fun? What I like to do, where I like to look for stocks. I like to look for stocks under, I like to look for stocks that are way down. And you can't see it yet, but you'll be able to once.
When it comes up.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
You can, when it comes up tomorrow, you'll see it. But there, what I like to do, I'm going to show it to you on mine over here, but I'm not going to let them see my screen because I don't want them to see all my information. And what I'm trading. Okay. So if I go down here, see where it shows the biggest daily movers? Look at that U power. It's down 81% in one day. That's a lot.
So we could go ahead and
we might be able to buy it. It might be a good buy. Let's go look at U power. U power. Let me pull it up.
You should press the space.
U power right there. Let's look why this is down so much. It's down 81% in a day. If we go to the all chart, look, we can drag it all the way back. See where it said it started? When did it start?
It started in April 2020.
It started just a few days ago, right? This is a brand new stock on the market. It literally just came out on the market. It can be a very good thing or it can be a very bad thing. Let me explain. If you get a stock that just comes out on the market and it turns into really being a big company, you can make a lot of money. You know, Amazon came out as a little company in the beginning and then became a big company. So those companies that are new come out have that potential, but a lot of them also fell before they ever get to that point. So you have to realize the risk on the downside as well as on the upside. So let's look at U power.
And when
we look, it just kind of flattened out. But let's look and see what it opened up at. It opened up at what?
April 20th and
$43.18. $43.18 it opened up at. $43.18. Now, 43.18 is, if we look at the price now, it's at 783. Remember what I said? A lot of times they can go how many times lower?
A lot. 4
times lower usually. It's actually went below 4 times lower. Do you know what 4 times lower would be from $43 about? It would be about $10. So it's even lower than that. Let's look at the 1-year chart. And that doesn't tell us much. I mean, none of these charts really tell us much. It's all the same because they're so new, right? Do you see that? So what we're going to do in this instance is we're just going to buy a little bit right now, just to see. We may have hit the bottom down here, but if we haven't, we'll look to buy a little bit more. But we're not going to set a buy order to buy more. Okay, we're just going to buy our first little bit right now, and then let's see what the market does. You know, if we set a buy order and it actually goes lower, we get it at a better price. So, you know, if we hit the bottom, it could go up quite a ways. It could go, this stock could come right back up to $20 pretty easily. You know, it could come up there pretty quickly. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and go to buy.
And push 3 dots.
3 dots.
$9.
Yep.
Next. Push schedule. And then done.
Okay. Did we get it?
Yep.
Did it take it out?
Yep.
All right. So what do? We just did another trade. All right. We got one more stock to buy.
Yep.
This is our first episode. This is a little longer episode. What should we buy with our last stock?
Let's look.
You want to look and see what else is down?
Yeah.
Oh man, that would probably be pretty smart.
What about
Wouldn't it?
Amazon? They started with a little company, like you said.
They did, but Amazon's really expensive right now because they really made their company worth a lot of money. So if we look at other ones that are down, we see this Ideanomics. You want to take a look at that? Let's look at this. Okay, let's do the risk management, Ideanomics. When we look at the all chart, we look at that they came out in 2018 and they're all the way at 4 cents right now. This is not a stock I would trade. You know why? Because stocks have to stay above at least $1 on the stock market. If they don't, they get delisted and they trade on a lower market. So the fact that this one here has been down so long, they're probably going to either get delisted or they're going to do what's called a reverse split. That's what most of them do, where they take the number of shares of stock you have and they lower them down in order to raise the price. And I would say a reverse split is probably coming for this company. So we don't want this Ideanomics, okay? We've got to be cognizant of the risk. What else do we see that's down?
We can look at this one, Zoom video combinations.
You want to look at Zoom video? We're using Zoom. Do we use Zoom? Do we use Zoom? We're using it now, right? So wouldn't it be awesome to make money every time somebody uses Zoom? That's a good idea. Let's go look at Zoom. Zoom video communications. And what we have here is if we look at the all chart,
It's going up.
it's at 63.98. We look at the year chart, it's actually breaking that low. So if we look at 72 minus 65, that's about 50. So 72 minus 65, that's 7, and then 65 minus 7 is 58. This could come down possibly to $58, but I don't know if it really will. I think it could gain support somewhere else. Look at this. This is pretty incredible how low Zoom is right now, right? It doesn't look like it could come much lower. It's already back over here. It's coming back over here, 66, 63. It's at the lows over here. You know, this is this here. I mean, if it breaks this, if it breaks that, it would have to fall quite a ways. But let's look and see what Zoom is doing. Okay, we're going to look and see if we're really going to take that risk of them breaking there. And we can look and see all the things that Zoom's doing. Zoom to acquire WorkVivo and add capabilities to its collaboration platform. That's a pretty good move, right? That's a move that management knows that what they're doing and how to grow a company. That's a move they make. They acquire companies. That's awesome. Let's go down and look at Zoom's earnings. Okay, let's see how good Zoom is in their earnings. If we go to the Zoom and we look, we see they had some really big years when we had the pandemic.
2022.
Everybody was worried that they were going to crash when we come out of the pandemic. And instead of worrying about crashing, Zoom just went to work building their business and making it better. So if you look at their revenues, look at this. Their earnings per share. That's what EPS stands for, earnings per share. Okay.
2022 was like one of the best ones to see because you showed it and it had like all blue on there. Yeah, it did. It did back in that year. 2021 was where they hit their high point, and it's a long ways up there, right? Zoom could go all the way back up there. It was like $500 or something. Where was it? Let's look and see what their all-time high was. Pretty incredible, like $500, and they're at they're like at $60 now, $65. That's pretty incredible to look at. And then you look at their acquiring companies, look at their earnings per share.
They were expected to earn 78 cents per share, but they earned $1.22. They outperformed their estimates on their earnings per share. You know what that is? That's a company that cares about the people that invest in it. What that tells me about Zoom is it's a company that's being very well managed, right? Very well managed. So Zoom, being that it's very well managed, and at the bottom, all the way at the bottom over here of where it was before, we can see that, and guys, Zoom's a rare case. When it opened up, it didn't go down 4 times. Zoom had a pretty big up. Now it could go down 4 times, from here if they were making bad moves, yes. But if they're making the right moves, which it looks like they are, it's probably only going to come back to around where it opened, which is where it's at now. This is a really good stock in my opinion. So go ahead and hit the buy button.
And then 3 dots.
3 dots. $9, 9%. Next. Schedule. And we're going to go ahead and set, if it does come down for it to buy some, go ahead and hit done. Okay. And remember where I said it could go if it came down? What did I say?
500.
Where did I say if it came down where it could go?
For
58. 58. Remember? I said at the bottom of this peak and the bottom of this peak, where that third peak down would be 58. So let's go ahead and hit the buy button.
Then this change order type.
Then
this custom purchase order.
Yep.
And then set
58. You're going to take it down to 58. Drag that puppy down to 58.
58.
Right there. 58. Hit the set button. And
3 dots. $9.
$9.
90 days.
90 days, yeah.
Then
Next.
Then scroll down, confirm. And here.
And done. And guess what? What do? We just made a trade. We actually made our last trade. We got in $9 into 5 different trades. $9. It's going into 5 different trades, right? Mm-hmm. And it's going to go in tomorrow morning when the market opens. So we got $45. It's going to go working for us in the morning when it opens. You're going to work on your mom's chores, right? By doing your mom's chores. So if you do that, you're going to get another $10 added onto your Cash App. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop Gerrick's screen share here. So guys, I hope you had fun with us. I hope you learned something. We're really going to put this money to work. We're going to put it to work using what we call the power of one. And you're going to see how well the power of one works. In fact, I'm going to tell you what, your parents will be blown away. And when you show your parents how well you're doing with the power of one strategy, you let them know that I have a place where adults can sign up, and I help people build their retirement accounts. I help educate people on building their retirement accounts with Enfurio. So, Gerrick, typical 8-year-old, impatient, you got to get over here. I'm making you a YouTube star. I am making you a YouTube star, and you got to get over here. Oh, I should tell you guys one thing before we go. This is really important, okay? Those of you who follow me, we're really trying to do something special for kids. Let's put this down over here, okay? We'll put our trade guns over here. we're really trying to help kids and really make an impact in this world for the better and really lead by example. And the lessons that I'm teaching my own boy, I'd love to be able to teach them to your son and daughter as well, son or daughter as well. So we have a saying. I do want to encourage you guys, please share this out. Share this on Facebook. Share this video with people. Tell people to at least like and subscribe to our channel. Share it. I think it's that powerful of a message. If you have a Facebook account, make a Facebook post, share this video out there, and let's really go back to our foundation and let's really go back to teaching our kids the correct principles in life. You know, if we can do that, then we can leave the world a much better place, a much better place. So this is Duane and Gerrick signing out. And remember, master the ride.
And you will master the tide.
And you will master the tide. Master the ride and you will master the tide. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.